Hi guys, Rachel here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be a video diary. I'm going to be working on packing up a candle order that came through and just talking with you guys about life, life updates, I don't know, just anything. So if you're new to my video diary playlist, basically it's like me, instead of doing a blog post or instead of writing in my diary about my day or what's going on in my life, I film it. So I just do like a little discussion. So if this sounds like something you would be interested in watching, you could have me playing in the background while you're washing dishes or cleaning house or doing whatever you're doing. I'm not going to be doing anything super exciting. I'm literally just going to be packaging an order. But if you want to, get cozy with me and let's just talk about life, please keep watching. Video diary. I have an order that came through last night, and I just did my little love note. So my fall candles, when I do my regular candles, I have a different candle care little thing that I like to tuck in the boxes. So I made one specifically for Halloween. So obviously you have a cute little pumpkin. But basically every candle order will come with a little candle care guide, which basically talks about how to take care of your candle, what happens if like the melt pool doesn't, if it only goes so far, or, basically it's just like how to take care of your candle and how to get the best experience with your candle. And then I also talk about how to set an intention for your candle. So if you guys buy a candle, please be sure that you read the candle care guide that I include in it, because there's lots of really good juicy information in there, and it's just nice to have. So I just did my little love note. I wrote it out, and in my love notes I like to list what is included in your box, because it's also kind of good for me to go double check to make sure. And then I always write the orders in my little notebook. So so let me grab the things that I'm gonna need, because I have to get it all from here. So let me get that. So we're gonna need a bonehead. So a bonehead candle, 2 cinnamon and skellies, and then they also ordered a ghost stories, cinnamon and vanilla, and I'm gonna need my bubble wrap. So cinnamon and skellies, I just need 1. For ghost stories, I just need 1. And for the bonehead, I need 2. Oops. 1, 2. And then I'm gonna need I just like to get everything that I need because it's just easier. But I'm gonna need my tissue paper. Just bring it all down, and a box. And I'm actually using bigger boxes for these orders. They're a little bit thinner than I would have liked them to be, but though it'll be okay, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm like crossing my fingers on that one. And then I need a tea light. And I think that's everything. So, there we go. So that's good. Okay. I just want to make sure I have everything. It just makes life easier. So I got my tape. Oh, I'm going to need another packaging tape. What else? A business card. It's like a whole process, you guys. And then I'll be able to talk and focus. I'll put the sticker in last. Okay. And I'm going to need packaging packaging tape. So, you guys, life has been really simple. I apologize if it's a little dark. I have my windows closed because the sun literally comes through the window. So it's just the direction that it's hitting the house right now is like right into this room, and this room gets warm. I have my AC on and I have the fan on, but it still gets warm. So it's gonna be a little dim. But basically life has been good. It's just, I found myself, I feel like I have like little to no energy these days. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't, I mean, I'm not trying to like sound horrible, but it's not like I do too much. I mean, I guess some days I feel like I do a lot, but I'm here, I work from home, so I'm home, you know? So I feel like I'm not allowed to complain because I work from home, but then I also know that that's just silly because working from home is, you know, after a while, sometimes it can get tiresome, you know? So sometimes I feel like I'm being silly when I say that, but I feel like I just have little to no energy these days, or just, maybe it's not so much energy, it's just like I just don't feel motivated. And I get into little funks, and I had thought that by taking a day, like the rest of the month of August to myself, I thought that I was going to, oh, my tape already ran out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a new one. But yeah, so I just feel like low energy. I don't know. So last night, I cleansed. I literally lit sage. I cleansed myself. I cleansed just the space because I was like, if I feel like this, the last thing I want to do is like get into bed and bring that energy with me. So I gave myself a good cleansing and it felt good. And then I also gave myself a break yesterday. So I had to take like a 2-hour time out, and hubby and I were just watching a movie before he went to work. So it was nice to be able to spend some time with him, and for me to just like, you know, just kind of tune out the world. I don't know if you guys ever feel this way, but sometimes I feel like the world is just very overwhelming because of everything that's going on. And if you're on social media all the time, or if you're like, God forbid, but if you're on you're watching the news all the time, it's like very exhausting. So I'm one of those people, I don't watch the news unless there's like something major that I want to know what's going on. But for the most part, my husband watches the news, and I leave it up to him to update me on what's going on because it's just too much. My mood goes like downhill when I'm tuning into the news and all that stuff. I also have to add like a piece of tape in the middle inside because these boxes, like I should have read the description, but I feel like these boxes were a little bit thinner than I would have liked, and I don't want to waste my money, so I'm gonna use them. Whoops, there you guys go. I should have known better. Sometimes it gets a little top heavy. I don't want to waste my money, like not use these boxes, so I think they'll be okay. It's just they're not as thick as I would have wanted them to be. But you know, we'll see how it goes. They're nice sizes though. This is what's gonna fit these skeletons, because the skeletons, this is what's causing me to have to use a larger box because these guys are bigger. So okay, so that is taped up. But yeah, you guys, so I don't tune into the news. I don't do the news. I bless people's hearts that can, you know, that can be in the news. And to me, I'm like, nah, I can't do that. No, thank you. And then the other day, I went through a whole cleansing. Literally, I did a cleansing on myself last night. Then I went through a whole cleansing of my social media. I think I unfollowed like 200 accounts. I'm not even kidding you. A lot of them that I unfollowed were people who have not posted in weeks. Where's my... People who have not posted in weeks. People who have, you know, they just don't update their content. But I also unfollowed accounts that are very political. And like I maybe have once enjoyed their content because they would post, you know, spiritual or tarot related content. But since then, it's kind of like I feel like the majority of their content has been nothing but politics, or I just lost interest. And I feel bad. Like I feel bad unfollowing people, because I feel like these days, like people will take that as like they don't like me kind of a thing, which I guess in some cases it's true. Like if I don't like someone, obviously I'm not going to follow their content, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it anymore, and I'm sure it will offend somebody, but I gotta watch out for myself. So if I'm not enjoying the content anymore, it's kind of like, what's the point, you know? Like, what is the point? And that's the way I see it. So that's why I unfollowed a lot of content. But you know, the cool part about doing the whole unfollowing thing, because that was a lot of accounts that I unfollowed, you guys. The cool part about it was I'm seeing my people's content, the ones that I do follow still. I'm seeing content that I haven't seen in so long, because it was like either lost, you know, in the sea of everybody that I was following or whatever. And so I'm like seeing people's accounts that I haven't seen in forever, or it's just kind of like I'm able to be a little bit more intimate with my followers because I'm not following such huge amounts of people. And other accounts that I unfollowed were like business kind of accounts, like I would follow a lot of crystal accounts, and there's only a couple of crystal accounts now that I follow that I enjoy. Other than that, I unfollowed everybody else. And then I also unfollowed a lot of like actors, celebrities, because I've just been turned off with the whole celebrity thing lately. So I unfollowed a lot of them, and it's just, you know, it's just, it was nice. It was like a kind of like a breath of fresh air to do that. So I was kind of happy, like I'm kind of relieved that I did what I did. So I don't regret it. No regrets. No regrets here. What else? I don't know. Life has been good though. I mean, I really can't complain. I really can't. Hubby's been working a lot. I think that's the other thing too, is just sometimes I get lonely because I do work from home. So my social life, working from home, my social life is like very bare minimum. I really don't have much of a social life, except for people I chat with or text or occasionally we'll see. Other than that, it's just me and the cats. So it does get a little bit lonely. There's times where if my husband's working these crazy hours, you know, I'm just kind of home and bored. And so if I get bored, you know, when you're bored, you're like lost in thought all the time. And that's what happens to me, is like I get lost in my thoughts. And then when I do that, it's like, sometimes it's like not a good situation. Anybody who was a Pisces, I just noticed that these tea lights, I hope that the wicks work, because I had to like melt the surface of the tea lights to get the herbs to stick. But they're so dainty that it looks like the wicks, like the wax on the wick also kind of melted. So I'm hoping they still light, but it's a little freebie, a little free gift that I give along with my stuff. So if it doesn't work, I apologize, you guys. But anyway, sometimes I miss having a social life. And then other times I'm like, but I love being able to work from home. So there's times too, like where I find my thoughts going on, oh, you know, maybe I should pick up another little part-time job just so that I could keep myself busy. And then I tell myself I'm crazy for thinking that, because I know for a fact if I were to start working a part-time job, I would be wanting to just be back at home anyway. So I know myself, like when I start getting into that thought process, I have to put myself in check. so yeah. And then we're falling into fall, you guys. We're creeping into fall. Oh my gosh, I love these little skellies. They're so cute. We are creeping into the fall weather, and well, I wouldn't say fall weather completely, but it's still like 100 degrees out here. But we're creeping into the fall season. You're seeing more Halloween-y things popping up in the stores. It's just so exciting. It's my favorite time of year, obviously, with my candles. And I don't know. I'm just hoping that there's like some positivity coming out of this, because it feels like everything going on in the world right now is so negative, and it's just so draining, you know? Sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to be around people because it's just so freaking draining. So, I don't know. I'm weird. I go through my motions where I'm like hiding I'm like hiding in my house. Don't really want to socialize with anybody. And then I have like moments where I'm missing the world, where I miss going out, or I miss socializing, or miss people, you know? So I'm weird. I'm just weird. And you guys, this is like freaking, I don't know if you if you guys would think so, but like wrapping my candles, doing my orders, this is very therapeutic for me. Like I find it to be so relaxing. So whenever I get an order, I'm always excited because I get to spend some time just putting it together, and I try to just, you know, make it as a magical of an experience as I can, you know. Okay, so the tissue paper is done. Now we gotta do the bubble wrap. Okay, so for the cinnamon and skellies, I need half. Where's my scissors? I just need half and half. I freaking love this bubble wrap too. It's red. Red to match the rose for Cackling Moon. Okay. I sure hope these boxes are strong enough to last the trips that they're taking, because I would feel so bad if someone's package arrives damaged. That would break my heart. So hopefully everything will come out safe and sound. That's the scary part about like shipping product, is literally like you don't know how, I can't control how the people who work at the post office, like I can't control how they're gonna handle the boxes, you know? I don't know if are they gonna throw it around? How safe are they? Are they gonna listen if I were to write fragile on the box? Like, that kind of stuff just makes me so nervous. Like that's probably the one thing I hate about shipping, is that you just don't have control over the way someone takes care of your product. And then it's like, sometimes I wish I was shipping out, you know, something that wasn't as fragile, like candles, you know, but I chose to do candles. I could have chose something else, but it is what it is. So and I know it's funny because, you know what, usually I don't fold these up, but I'm gonna do it because of the box situation. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I know you guys. I know some of you guys like to watch my videos. Like some of you guys will leave me comments and you'll say, "Oh, you know, I'll just have you playing in the background or whatever." And I think that that is so funny. I love it. So I really appreciate your guys' love and support, because I do what I do because I know some of you guys just really enjoy my content. It always makes me laugh when I think there's people out there in the world that actually want to know what I have to say. Because I'm telling you, like, I just think of myself as just this big dork, you know? And I don't think of myself as, like, interesting. So it's just kind of cool to have people who actually care. Okay. All right, so those babies are wrapped. The other thing I like to do is I started putting I used to tuck this in the note. So I always fold this in a way that when it's sitting on the box, it's like the first thing that you see. So since I have the longer box, I could just keep it like this. And then usually I would just tuck the business card in the side, but I started putting it in, I have these little mesh bags. So I started putting it in the actual baggie, which I don't know why I wasn't doing that before, but so I have my business card and then my little gift, which is the tea light candle. And I tell my clients to make a wish and light your tea light candle on a new or full moon, depending on your perspective, like whichever one you like, your preference, and make a wish. So really cute. Okay, so the box, where is it? So I'm starting now to put the, what's it called? What are these things called? Foam? The peanuts, packing peanuts. So I put a layer of packing peanuts on the bottom. And then I place the candles in there. So we have my skull. And I have my, what is that guy called? My ghost stories. And then I have my little cinnamon and skellies. So I usually just kind of like stuff everything in. Just like so. And then I fill it up with more packing peanuts. Oh my gosh, I need to move this out of the way. Thank God I saved all my packing peanuts because I didn't realize I was going to need so much for these orders. And I'm glad that I ordered the bigger boxes because these wouldn't have fit in my regular size ones, that's for sure. Well, that is for sure. So what I like to do is I like to like squeeze some packing peanuts in like the little crevices that don't have space, just to ensure that everything is tightly tucked in. But it looks like the majority of these guys are pretty well packed in there. And then the last thing I do is I stick my little gift and my note at the very top. And then we pack it all in there. And since this is the only order I'm doing today, I don't have to worry. Usually like I'll write in pencil their name so I remember, because I haven't printed out the packing slip yet, but this is the only order I'm doing today because I packed everything else yesterday. So I'm just gonna tape it up and not worry about it. And I'll do the slip after this video, which we're already, what, 23 minutes in? So yeah. Tape it. So So then the packing slip would go right in the middle, and then I put my Cackling Moon sticker on the side. So I'll put her right here. Just like that. So you know what you're getting. Hopefully, I'm just hoping that these boxes hold. I get nervous. I do this all the time with any package that I do, because like my usual boxes, well, I can't show you because I have the slips on them, but my usual boxes are a little bit thicker. So I think also because it's just a bigger box, it just doesn't feel as secure, but I have to like trust, because you know, I think I just overthink too much. So there is that. That is done, and I will do the packing slip after. So yeah, you guys, that was me packing a candle order, which is so relaxing. so relaxing. And I'm kind of glad. Like I was afraid that the candles were going to sell out right away, because they sold out the first time I put my candles out. And I was afraid that they were going to sell out this next round, but so far so good. So I'm kind of glad, because it's exciting to sell out of your candles, like your product, but it's also kind of stressful too, because then you're like, oh wait, I don't have anything else to put out. And then I get like, for me, I'm kind of like, should I make more? And but my fall candles are limited edition. Like once they're out, that's it. I don't have any more scents for the fall stuff. So, and I have a little bit left over of some of them, but I'm planning on making it for myself, because I feel like I need to have a candle for myself. I try not to like keep a candle, or I try to keep one or two from a batch that I make, but for the most part, I want to, you know, put them out for you guys. So I feel like I have to blow my nose. So, but basically that's it, you guys. It's kind of a boring video. It's kind of a boring video diary, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to talk about. No. Really nothing going on. I am reading Clown in a Cornfield. So I'm like getting closer to the halfway point of this book, which is, I'm really liking it. It's kind of slow though. Like I like it, but I'm kind of like eager to get to the really scary parts, I guess, but it's kind of a slow burn. It's interesting though. Like it's still interesting. Like it's keeping my attention, but I would have hoped for, ooh, excuse me. I would have hoped for some, you know, slasher stuff already, as we're already in 100 pages. So we're already in 100 pages and there still hasn't been any murders. So I'm just kind of like, is it going to get to that point, or is this a tease? Because I try not to read too many book reviews before I start a book, because sometimes people just put spoilers in there and then that pisses me off. But from what I read, the little bit that I've read, you know, people were saying it was good. So I'm hoping it picks up. That's one thing I hate about certain books, is that you have to like read half into it to finally get to the good stuff, and it's just like and then it's over before you know it. So that's what I'm reading right now, is Clown in a Cornfield. And then I have my other books, my other horror books that I'm going to be reading right there. But I was planning on making a video talking about my fall reads. So I do plan on doing book review videos. So once I finish this one, I'll do a review. And the book I read before this one was called The Caro Haunt. So it's by Darcy Coates, and she writes a lot of like paranormal fiction, which I didn't even know she existed until 2 months ago when I was walking Barnes and Noble and I found The Carol Haunt, and it's the book with the girl that's like, she's like a ghost form. And it was like, the cover was intriguing, but I had no idea that this author existed. So I discovered her, and then after looking at reviews, there's a lot of people that love her writing, and I actually really like her writing. I finished the book. So for me, if I finish a book, it's a big deal because I'm a slow reader. And I also am one of those readers where like, I feel like I just can't focus. Sometimes when I'm reading, my thoughts are all over the place. So if I'm reading a book that is really getting my interest and I finish it, that's a big deal. So so Darcy has a writing style that just really grabs me and pulls me in, and it also creeped me out. So that's a cool thing too, to get creeped out by a book, because not every book does that. Some books are just so cheesy, and it's really just the power of the way the author writes that creeps you out. So Darcy is definitely one of those writers, and I can't wait to talk about the book that I read. I also have another one that I bought from her. It's called House of Shadows. So it's another haunted house book, and I look forward to reading that one too. So I have 5 other books, including this one, so 6, on my little pile for fall reads. Basically, what I chose to read for this fall season from now through the end of November, because fall is technically over, like mid-December, I think it is. So yeah, so through November to read horror books and all that, and it's only like 5 other books that I have to read. So if I'm good, I'll finish it all. If I'm not, then, you know, like I said, I'm a slow reader. I'm just so amazed by some people. Like, I follow some people who read books all the time, and like they're finishing a book in 2 or 3 days, and I'm just like, how do you do that? How do you read so fast? So I really admire people that are able to do that, because I can't. I lose my attention span is just not, I can't focus enough on a book to do that, to just sit for hours and hours. I could sit and read for like 2 hours, but then I gotta like do other things, and there's some people that can just read all freaking day, and I can't do that. So so yeah. But other than that, you guys, life has been good. You know, even though I feel unmotivated at times, or even if I feel like low vibe, like yesterday I felt low vibe, and then I felt, I don't know, I just feel like doing the cleanse of my Instagram, like unfollowing a lot of accounts, I feel like it made some people upset with me, because I did lose like 12, I think it was like 12 followers. But at the same time, I see it as like, I unfollow for my reasons, just like anyone can unfollow me for their own reasons. And if me unfollowing somebody causes them to unfollow me because of that, then that to me, that shows me that they really didn't care about my content to begin with. And that's okay. You know, we outgrow each other is how I see it. So I outgrew a lot of accounts, and some of them I was like really thinking about, like, do I really want to unfollow this person? I was just kind of flip-flopping between the two, but there was a lot of accounts that I unfollowed that I actually muted. So I muted people because I didn't have the heart to unfollow them. So my other option to kind of get around it was just to mute their accounts, so that I wasn't seeing their content popping up on my feed, or I wasn't, you know, tempted to go look at their stories, because they're everything, or not everything, but a lot of the stuff that these people would post would be very like political content. And I know, and that's another thing too, because I was texting with one of my friends, and I was texting with her about, I have to teach myself to not get offended all the time when people post content that I don't agree with or that I don't support. And the majority of what's being posted right now is content that, you know, the majority supports. And I feel like my situation is a little bit different. I don't support a lot of things that like the huge masses support. And I feel like I also don't feel comfortable posting that stuff, the stuff that I support. I don't feel comfortable posting it, because I know it will probably upset people. And And so just, I feel like I guess what I'm just trying to say is that when I see people posting their opinions, I feel like, oh, I wish I could post my opinions. But half the time, if I were to post my opinions, there would probably be a lot of angry people. So I just like don't want to deal with that. So I basically told myself, like, I attempted to bring in a little bit of a sprinkle of politics into Cackling Moon, but I just realized it's just that is not my jam. Politics is not my jam. I do vote, I do have opinions, but I don't feel like I feel like I am not one of those people that wants to sit and talk about politics. I don't want to debate with people. I don't feel like I need to change people's views. I just merely ask for respect and mutual respect. But there comes a time where sometimes it's just the stuff that I'm seeing is just so, like, it's just, I guess it's just a day and age too with social media, where the stuff is just so in your face all the time. It's like, okay, enough. And I also wanted to bring Cackling Moon back to a place of being my sacred space. And because for the longest time, I had my personal Instagram account, and then I had Cackling Moon, and Cackling Moon was literally my sacred space, my escape from the personal account, because the personal account was still a lot of politics and stuff. It was just on the other side. So I feel like I'm like straddling the middle. And it's a confusing way to be, I guess you could say. And I just miss Cackling Moon being sacred space. So I ended up deleting my personal Instagram account. I deleted it like almost a month ago, and it felt so liberating. It was like the most liberating feeling ever to just like delete it. And it was like the only reason I would keep the personal account was because I wanted connections with my family. But after having some family drama erupt within the last couple months and seeing how some family members were treating my father, it just didn't fly with me. And I was just like, I just don't want to be involved. I don't want to be around these kind of people. People who truly, truly want to be in my life will be in my life. And the people who don't, they won't. So to me, I just kind of see it as like, I'm not going to be on social media for them to have their little, their spy eyes on my life. And I would hardly post on that account anyway. So I just ended up deleting it. And it's been the best decision ever. So solely I only have Cackling Moon. And Cackling Moon was like it was my sacred space, but it was kind of starting to turn into like my vent area where I would vent about my stuff. And I ended up realizing, no, I don't want it to turn into that. I'll leave the venting for Twitter. So I'm turning Cackling Moon Instagram again back into my sacred space. And anything that I want to vent is either pillow talk with my husband, coffee conversations with my husband, or the occasional vague Twitter vent. So because I am treating Cackling Moon like my sacred space, I felt like I needed to just remove a lot of the accounts that were just absorbing that political vibe and that I just didn't want to be a part of anymore. So that, and then other reasons too for unfollowing, but I don't feel like I have to get completely into it. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, for watching. And I'm going to go ahead and head out and probably go read. Hubby is knocked out, so I don't want to mess with him and like bug him. He needs to sleep. So I'll probably go sit in the living room and read and maybe catch some Netflix. I don't know. I'm just going to take it easy today. I even told myself no makeup, and I put it on my eyebrows because I was like, nah, I need to look a little presentable for my YouTube video. But yeah, so I do have content planned to film and put up on the channel, you guys. I have a Bohemian Gothic Tarot comparison video that I want to do to show off all of my editions that I have and just do a very in-depth comparison video. I have a spooky reads video, so I do want to talk about the books that I chose to read for this season. I also have a fall haul video. Hubby and I went to a Halloween store the other day and I bought some things, and then I just have like my box of Halloween decorations that my hubby brought back from the garage. So I plan on like doing a little unboxing of all of that stuff, and just talking about some of my sentimental Halloween decoration stuff. So yeah, so there's that content. And then I also snapped a picture too from my Instagram stories because I was asking you guys for video ideas, like things that content that you guys want to see me put out. So I did snap a picture of some of the stuff you guys were saying, and I will take that into consideration as well. And of course, as you guys are watching this video too, if you have any ideas or any content that you want to see me talk about in my videos, please leave it below in the comments, or you can email me if you want to make it up. If you want to be private, you can email me too. All the information is in my description box. But let me know, like, if there's certain things you want to see me talk about, or just content you want to see me talk about, let me know, and I will do so, because I want to make this channel. This channel is like a collective of a lot of different things, as you could tell, like Halloween, books, tarot, candles, personal stuff. So I just want to make it fun for you guys, because you guys are the ones who are watching this. So let me know if you have any ideas and all of the above. Love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye guys.